Stuff you, but no. I'll do that for any more.
Hey guys, well, it's not every day a celebrity cancels themselves, but that's exactly what John Cleese has done. Why? Well, pretty much because of that clip, him doing an impression of Hitler in the classic comedy Fawlty Towers. John Cleese was due to appear at Cambridge University Union this week, but he's pulled out because previously, i.e. last week, at the same union, an art historian called Andrrew Graham Dixon appeared to do a debate on the subject of taste, good taste and bad taste, and during his lecture he decided to do an impression of Hitler using what some would term anti-Semitic and racist language. And John Cleese has said, well, if you're going to cancel him because he did an impression of Hitler, you can't have me because I too have done an impression of Hitler, so therefore you need to find somewhere else to hold my appearance. I'm not going to do it at the union. This has caused like a big, huge fuss on social media, again over the subject of universities, freedom of speech, etc., etc. I don't know if John Cleese has actually seen the video of Andrrew Graham Dixon at the union, but I have the video and I'm going to show it to you. So have a watch of this. This is him paraphrasing Hitler, doing a German accent. There is one particular, he does use the N-word in this, and I have cut that down so you can't hear it because I don't want my video to be taken off YouTube. But just so you're warned, there is some offensive language in this. Here you go.
Culture struggle through taste. My struggle, Adolf Hitler's struggle. I was a watercolor painter. I was rejected. My German art, my purity, it was rejected. The romantic tradition of German art was rejected by this modern art. This modern, horrible art that was promoted by the Jews. And the modern art, it was cubist. It was inspired by the art of the tribal art. Ugh! How horrible is that? We must expunge this from our Deutschland. We are the pure Aryan people. Our genetics is pure. Our art must be pure. Our taste must be pure.
Now, before I pass any more comment on this, I do think if you have a moment, it's worth you going back and looking at that footage again and looking at the people's faces when he mentions certain words. You'll see, you can see some people in the audience are thinking, oh, I think this might be one of those evenings that gets us the kind of press attention we don't want. And it's quite funny. When he mentions something, you can see people going, covering their mouths, etc., etc. But he is doing it to prove a point, I think. And I don't think Andrrew Graham Dixon is a racist or an anti-Semite. And he's been very clear about the fact that he was trying to make a point that, you know, Hitler wanted to maintain a certain style because he saw other races doing another style, and he disliked that because he disliked those races. And I think that's the point he was trying to make. Perhaps he was unwise to do it in this way because it seems quite clumsy. But what I don't really like about this whole thing is that the president of the union has come out to condemn him also. But the president of the union, I mean, how old could he possibly be? 19, 20, young man. But in the video you're going to see here, same video, you're going to see how he responded to what Andrrew Graham Dixon said. And yet he responded this way the evening of the debate. And yet in the press, he's condemned Andrrew Graham Dixon really strongly. Have a look at this.
Briefly, thank you, Andrew, for what I must say is perhaps the longest Hitler impression this chamber has ever received. A remarkable accomplishment for tonight.
This once again opens up that whole conversation about what's going on in our universities. Dr. Kathleen Stock, unable to maintain her job at Sussex because people accused her of being transphobic and didn't want to debate the subject with her. And here we have a debate in which someone is making their point for a certain side of the debate and people are coming down hard on them for making their point. But it was a debate, and surely there's two sides to it. And the other side has to argue as well, and then we decide who we think has won the debate. I thought that was the point of debates. So I don't quite understand what universities want. And I do get very concerned sometimes that because a lot of the people who run these societies are so young, they haven't had enough life experience to necessarily understand things in a way that a grown adult of 40 or 50 would. And maybe they need to be accountable to an adult before they book people or before they decide to cancel people, rather than just being able to do it as if they're grown people who understand everything about the way the world works. That's my opinion anyway. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and leave your comments below. I'll try and get back to you if I can. Thank you.